We'll wait for 10 more seconds before all the idiots with low attention span leave. Just 10 more seconds. I was at my grandparents' house a few months ago. They live in like a small town. It's not like a proper city. It's like a small town, you could say, like tier 2 or tier 3 maybe. And when I was there at home, obviously, there's 10 different maids coming. It's a massive house, so every hour there's like a maid coming, this and that. And my grandmom, like almost every day, and I'm not exaggerating, almost every day, she used to go out to some wedding. Whose wedding, do you ask? It was the wedding of the maid's children. And how old were the children, do you ask? They were always 18 or 17 or 16 years old. Now I know that's illegal. I know that's illegal. But think about it for a second. There's 18-year-old kids right now that are getting married. And meanwhile, then there's us. I'm 19 personally right now. Why am I not married? Why am I not a father yet? Right? If you think about 200, even like 150 years ago, it was very common for people to become fathers and mothers at 15, 16 years old. And now the average age where people are having children in India is at least 25, I believe, which is absolutely horrendous. Now, when my grandmom used to go to these weddings, I'm like, what the hell is going on? How are these kids getting married at 18? I felt like I'm falling behind in life. I'm not even joking. That's what I felt. I'm like, yeah, yes, they're poor. Yes, they don't know how to speak English, but they're ahead of me in life, man. They are more mature than me, and that is a fact. Now, just imagine for a second, if whatever your age is right now, let's say you're 22 watching this, I'm 19, you're 20, whatever. Just imagine for a second if you were a father right now. Just imagine the level of responsibility that is on you. You've just given birth. Now there is financial, fiscal pressure on you to provide for the family. So let's say you were making 20,000 per month before, whatever. Now you are forced to go out and work harder, bust your balls off and work harder. Do some other job, start another business, talk to your family less, sacrifice. Just imagine that level of responsibility. And every father knows this, unless you're some like rich guy who gets married at 40 plus years old. That's another thing. But I'm telling you, just imagine that for a second. Like every day you have to wake up, it's 8 o'clock. You're like, I hate this, but I love my kid so much. Let me go out into the real world. Let me perform my best. Let me give my best version of myself to the world. And let's see how much money they give me back. Or you could be insanely motivated. You'll be like, I cannot give my kid an average life. I have to become the best version of myself. I have to make hell lot of money. Like that pressure might create you into something great, or that pressure may crush you as well. Right? It may crush you into addiction. It may crush you into alcoholism. My dad once told me, he said that when you were born, I quit smoking forever. So my dad used to smoke before. I don't know how much, like it could be a lot or just casually, I don't know. But he's told me that when you were born, I quit smoking forever. Now that is commendable. It just goes to show the amount of passion a child can bring in one's life. So I want to ask you the question right now. Why aren't you a father yet? For me, I have no reason to not be a father right now. It's shameful. Now, people might be like, what the hell is this guy saying? He's just 19. You need to build a career first. You need to have fun first. Listen, that's for like that's for most people. But I'm telling you honestly right now, what other singular purpose can you have apart from being a father? Why are you making money? So that you can provide for your children. Why are you building a good body? So you can protect your children. Why are you going out there busting your balls? Why are you doing anything? It's eventually to have children, right? It's eventually to provide for them. So why aren't you a father yet? Now I'm not gonna tell you to become a father tomorrow. If you have a girlfriend, don't impregnate her tomorrow. listen. What you need to understand is that we are living in a generation that is anti-children. Kids these days, they think having a child is one, expensive, and two, difficult. And I've seen girls mostly say that a child is expensive. Now let me tell you how hypocritical that is. Bitch, listen to me. You spend 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees every single month on shopping, clothes, going out, food, girls' night out, all that bullshit. And you want to tell me a child is expensive? A child is not expensive. What does it need? Food, which is free at the start, if you know what I mean. And two, they need diapers. What else do you need? Does it cost more than 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month, 40,000 a month? How much do you need? I don't think it costs 50,000, more than 50,000 a month, which you are anyway spending on bullshit, shopping and travel and all these whole experiences. You don't need to do that. And the second argument, which is a child is difficult to raise. I've never understood this. Parents, they make the mistake of taking a child too seriously, taking the child personally. When the kid is 4 years old, like for example, and that kid calls his mother, "Oh, you're a stupid hoe," or some shit like that. Like he learned it at school. He's like, "Oh, you're a stupid idiot," and the mom starts crying. Like, what? It's a kid. It's stupid. How can you take anything it says seriously? Like you have to disregard. If it's crying, like why are you taking it personally? Like it's hurting your soul. Oh, it's crying. I can't sleep. It's crying. So what? Just give it some milk. If it doesn't want to drink it, just go to sleep. The parents get stressed. Oh, stop crying, stop crying, stop crying. Bro, chill out. It's not that serious. It's you can't take what it's like doing seriously. Right? It goes and like throws one of your it takes your mobile and it throws it out of the window. You can't take it seriously, man. You can't get angry at this child is so stressful, it threw my phone out. Shut up. It's just a phone and it's just a kid. It's a robot. You can't take what it does seriously. Okay? So these two things, I've debunked it right here, right now. Having children is not difficult and having children is not expensive. Now you might say, oh no, but it is expensive. Their education costs money. Yeah, if you send them to 1 lakh per year school, which you don't have to do, just homeschool them or send them to like a public school. What's wrong with that? Oh no, but I can't send my child to public school. It's not safe. Well, your fault. I've proved my point, right? Basically, like now, if you just want to make excuses, you're free to do so. You are actually a bitch if you don't have children by you're 25 years old. 25 has to be like the max of having a first child. Okay. If you don't have your first child before 25, you're actually a loser because you failed in almost every aspect. Because after 25 is just too late, man. Like you're gonna be 30 years old, and then you're gonna raise them, and then when they grow up, you're already old. No, you need to be healthy. You need to be fast while your child is still growing. You can't become like old. You know what I mean. So the perfect age is probably like, I'm not going to tell you a perfect age. I would have a child at 16 if I could, but I just couldn't. So now decide right now, if you're making a decision to have a child before 25 years old, which I am certainly, decide right now, how long will it take you? As in, what all do you need to work on before you feel confident in having a child? Okay, this is very important. Are you confident with your financial situation? No. Okay, then how much do you need per month? Do you need 50,000 per month? Do you need 1 lakh per month? Do you need 5 lakhs per month? Do you need 10 lakhs per month? What money do you want to make? Do you want to own a house by the time your child is born? Do you want to just be settled in a nice rental apartment like this one? When we talk about the physical aspects, do you want to be like fat as fuck right now? If you're fat as fuck, do you want to stay like that when your child is born? Do you want to be skinny like how I am when your child is born? Do you want to be muscular? Okay, all these things, think about it. And then the next step is, okay, how long will it take? Let's say if I want an income of 5 lakhs per month by the time my first child is born, how long is that gonna take? Will it take me 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Okay, jot it down and start working on this, bro, because this is extremely important. Now, these are like extrinsic things. Now the main thing now we have to think about the main thing over here, okay, which is how will you find a mate, how will you find your partner to have a child with. This is much more complex. I can only give you theory, but this theory is probably good enough for you to at least start making progress in the right direction. Your first option to find a mate is going to be just like become a master at cold approaching. Basically, you're on the street, you see a nice girl, boom, cold approach, ask, whatever. Like, I don't know how to do it, bro. I'm not too good at it. I'm just giving you all the options. This is one option, cold approaching girls. You might find good girls sometimes, you might find hoes sometimes, but basically you just want to cold approach as many girls as possible, get good with it, and see where things go for like 6 months, 12 months, etc. Second method is using these dating apps and all this other bullshit. You can use it, but like you just have to be fine with your mother being a hoe, essentially. So if you're fine with that, you can go to these apps, Tinder and Bumble and all these other apps to find a potential mate. It's perfectly fine, man. Like, if you want like a hoe, if you want like an OnlyFans type of girl, which is the mother of your children, perfectly fine. I'm nobody to judge, man. I just care if you have children or not, man. That's all I care about. The next method is your clout game. So this is a method that you could really seriously consider if you just can't be bothered with going outside, finding a girl, etc. Basically become famous, right? Clout game is simple. Get lots of Instagram followers, get lots of YouTube subscribers, whatever this consists of. I'll tell you for a fact, when I had like 30,000 followers on my Instagram, I was getting 3 to 6 DMs a week from like random girls. Like, they message you first, like in my requests. So that's pretty cool. Like, basically, like if you're famous, girls are gonna message you. As simple as that. Okay, so start creating content if you wanna take this route. And the last method is going for a good old arranged marriage, which is perfect in my opinion. Like, if you wanna like find like a high quality girl, arranged marriage is the way to go. Now, that doesn't mean you can be a loser. Okay, to maximize your chances of finding a good looking girl in an arranged marriage, you're gonna have to essentially be in the top 1% of income. You're gonna have to be top 1% physically. You're gonna have to be top 1% socially. All right, you need to be able to check all the boxes regardless of which strategy you use over here. Because if you're just a normal person, none of these strategies will work for you. But if you've actually worked hard in your life, then I think arranged marriage is probably the best option, provided you tick all the boxes. If you're going to be a loser and you arrange marriage, then it's not going to work. You're going to end up with an ugly girl which you're not going to like, which you're going to not end up liking 2-3 years later, right? When you're old, like, nah, you're just ugly now, like you're a bit fat, you have like a few wrinkles and all. Nah. My personal plan is to have a child by 21, 22, 23 max. First, I'm saying. And I'm on track to do that. Like, I'm sorted. Like, I could, like, if I had a child right now, I would barely able to afford it, like be able to afford it. So that, like, I'm at that level right now. So I just need to like grow it now further. I have 2 or 3 years now left, which I'm super excited for. I think it's gonna be the best like moments of my life 2-3 years later, when I'm actually like having children and all. I need to sort out my finances, I need to sort out my body, and I need to just actually, that's it, bro. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. Now, if you choose to not have children, just think about this for a second. If you don't have children right now, what are you going to do with your life, bro? Do you want to become that guy who's 40, 50, 60 years old, no children, right? You made a lot of money. It's just a sad life, bro. If you're going to make that much money anyways, you could have just had a child on the way, and then like you both are growing together. Like, personally, I would have a child when I'm on the come up rather than when I'm super rich, because there is always a chance where the kid just takes everything for granted when they're born rich. Now, that will depend on your parenting style and everything else as well, but I strongly urge you guys to have this in your goal somewhere, to have a child by XYZ date. You have to. That's the, like, just imagine, bro, like you wake up, and this kid is just like waiting for you outside, and it's just like calling you, running towards you, like you're chasing it, like it runs away, and like, yeah. Do you not want that, bro? Seriously, do you not want that? Do you actually not want that? Because they're expensive. That's a stupid argument, man. Stupid argument. If you have anything to tell me more about this video topic, any other opinions, anything else, send me a DM on Instagram. I'd love to speak to you one on one. Just on text, we could talk about this topic or anything else that you need help with or just want to talk about. That's all, my friend. Take care.